Matt, does Robert have an official title? Do you hire him? Is it just helping? How about you want to bring him in?
Yeah, you guys, we've been close for a really long time. We were roommates together back at Central Michigan, so, we thought it was a good idea just to bring him here, and he's helping us on the offensive side of the ball. I think that's always a good deal to have that perspective, that defensive perspective on that side of the ball. So just taking a look at some of the things we're doing.
Is it for any period of time or?
No, I'd say it's pretty fluid.
Will he be here most days, most weeks?
Again, it's pretty fluid. I think it's important for him to spend time, obviously, with his family. So he's staying through Thursday and going back on Friday.
He's staying with you and Bree?
God, you guys want to know all their business. Yes, he is staying.
Why specifically have worked with you looking at the offensive side? Yeah, mostly defensive background.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for, him to learn, and also for him to help us and give us perspective on how teams might see us, how they might defend us. Certainly can find holes or some vulnerabilities, if you will, in the defense that we're playing. That's how we're going to use them.
Is that right? I think you did the same thing with Aubrey.
Yes, we did it a couple years ago, so it's not like this hasn't happened before. We had Aubrey Pleasant here, and we found that to be beneficial. I think it's beneficial on both accounts, too, just for him and for us.
Did you wait about 5 minutes after he departed New York to reach out to him, or how did that all come together?
Well, you guys know that, again, he's one of my closest friends, and so we immediately talked, and I didn't try to put any pressure on him whatsoever. I just said, hey, if you want to stay involved or whatever, the opportunity would be here if you wanted it.
What does it say about him that he did want to take that opportunity? A lot of coaches might go off somewhere for the rest of the
Well, I told him to do that, but he didn't listen. I just think it speaks to how much he loves the game of football, and was obviously I think it's tough when it gets kind of taken away from you, I don't think it was the right decision, but that's not for me to say. So.
What kind of defensive mind does he have, being around and knowing the way you do?
Well, I think he's got an elite defensive mind, but that's why I want him on the offensive side, so he can help us attack the defenses.
Does it also help that him and Jeff work together so there's no awkwardness at all?
Yeah, I'd say so. Absolutely.
Would there be a scenario where Jeff would lean on him, or you'd ask him to do the total picture?
No, I don't want to do that. I think half and our defensive staff have a great thing going right now, and I totally trust them, and so I think it's year one. He's kind of got to go through it himself, and so I don't want to do that. Anything about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
What have you thought of the way they played? They've gone through the last 3. Lawrence seems to be playing better. I guess what have you thought of their last 2 games?
Well, I think when you look at this team, they have lost a game by 3 points, by 4 points, and by 5 points. And they were in command versus Houston and versus Miami, and they easily should have won. They could be 5-2, sitting the same as us right now. So I think that speaks to who this football team is. They've got weapons in every phase of the game. They've got receivers that are explosive, the tight end's explosive, they got 2 runners, they got a franchise quarterback, and then I think you look at the defensive side of the ball, and just their ability to get after the quarterback is, it's real. They got 2 edge rushers that are 2 of the best in the game, so shoot, on teams are making plays. They had a 96-yard punt return for a touchdown last week, and so we've got to play a consistent 4 quarters against this team. This is a very good team, and again, this is the National Football League, so you better get ready to play your best each and every week.